Okay, WWE 2K25 Netflix Mobile Edition has been out for a couple weeks now, and there have been some patches that have hit the App Store on iOS and Android, so is the game still below average like I initially rated it in my first review video that I did? I'll put a link to that in the description of this video if you guys want to check it out. I ended up giving that game a 4 out of 10 at the time of its release. Have these patches made the game more playable? Well, in some aspects, I think yes, they have. Now when you go into career mode and finish a match, it doesn't boot you out to the main menu anymore, but instead, the game is really demanding on even these newer phones, for iPhone at least, and so when you initially boot up the game, it's very long to load. As a matter of fact, sometimes you'll just be stuck on the 2K25 loading screen forever, and then you have to close the game and reopen the app, so that's kind of annoying. That's kind of a new bug. I don't remember that being there a couple weeks ago, so maybe they have to work that one out. Maybe the phone edition of WWE 2K25 is just like the console version, you know, where each time they introduce a new patch, there's also new bugs that need to be patched out. The cycle never ends. I also got a new opponent in my career mode. You guys remember when I did my Dirty Dominic Mysterio run, I was going through the Intercontinental title standings, but I was facing Xavier Woods week after week after week. Well, now I got a new opponent, so that's kind of cool. There is also commentary now, so I said in my initial review that even though I got a prompt to download a commentary pack in the background, I still never had commentary. And if you guys are still experiencing that issue, I recommend you open your settings within the game, turn off commentary, and then turn it back on. That worked for me. Now I have full commentary. That's really nice. It adds a little something to the presentation, makes it feel more like the console experience, I guess. Other than that, it looks like color prompts have been added to some of the buttons on the screen, like quick grapples and strong grapples and strikes are now color-coded, as well as your reversals. That wasn't there initially, so that's actually kind of helpful too, because when you're just looking down at the touch control screen, sometimes it can get a little muddied or you're a little confused at what to do. It's just another quality of life feature, I guess. What do you guys think about the added color buttons that you can touch now? I will say this though, for the most part the gameplay is exactly the same as it was when I started reviewing the game, and that's not really a bad thing per se, but matches are really fast, as they should be on the mobile platform. I don't have a problem with the pacing of the matches, but I do have a problem with the difficulty. No matter what difficulty you have it on, it just comes down to who's gonna pin the other person first. I have played matches on Legend difficulty. I'll let one play out right now. This is on Legend difficulty, folks, and the match is just over so fast. You hit some strikes, you build up your signature instantly, hit it, then hit a finisher, and the match is done. But on the flip side, it doesn't really require too much beatdown from my opponent to me for me to get pinned. Maybe I just suck, but I found that the kick out, any timing-based touch control thing that you have to do in the game is just a little bit off, and I haven't been able to tinker with any settings. I can't figure out why that is, but for kicking out, you have to, it's just random essentially, because if you try to time it properly, you're going to be way off. Or is that just me? How are you guys, how's been your guys' experience with the timing, and especially for kickouts? I just can't get that timing down, which is not a problem at all on the console version, but on this mobile version, I don't know, like the frames per second is just really lacking. It's really lagging behind, or I don't know what it is, but that's been frustrating. So if you find yourself with your shoulders pinned to the mat, you really just have to pray that you're going to kick out. Even if you have no body damage at all on your superstar, you can still lose the match just like that, which is a little bit frustrating. But yeah, matches need to be tweaked a little bit for their difficulty, I think, because they're over way too fast. Because it's not only that they're easy, it's just not reflective of a real match. Every match is a squash match, one way or another. That's not fun. There's ways to amp up the difficulty without making the match tedious, and that's up to 2K to figure out. I'm not a game developer. Other than that, the roster is still the same. There's been no patches in that regard. I don't know if we're going to get any added superstars. I don't imagine we will, especially with 2K26 looming in the next few months. We should be getting some news on that. Maybe we'll see my faction added to that mode. Maybe we'll see the island added to that mode. Maybe we'll see an expanded career mode. That would be nice. Some kind of unique career mode to the mobile platforms even. It doesn't have to be anything glamorous. It could just be kind of the the shell that they have now with their career mode, but add like a backstage area maybe, add in some storylines, some cutscenes. That would be nice. They don't even need to be voiced over. On the mobile platform, I could care less. Just give me something, maybe something even akin to Just Bring It, you know, just like separate short little stories that we can just kind of, you know, get a little taste, wet our beaks just a little bit to make it feel more immersive, because just playing match after match does get kind of boring without any kind of immersion, any kind of incentive to go on, any storylines outside of just climbing the standings to get a new championship. So yeah, guys, if I had to update my review of WWE 2K25 Netflix Mobile Edition, I'd still give it a 4. I can't give it anything more than that because it's very bare bones. But it's a first step, right? This is the first, or not the first time we've seen 2K on a mobile platform, but the first time in 10 years. So, you know, we need to kind of get back into our groove here, and I imagine they will. I think we are going to see a sequel on the mobile platform, especially because it seems like a lot of people have downloaded this game and are playing it. So the big wigs are going to see that and say, okay, they want more of this. Let's give them more. I just hope that they add more to the game, because if we just get a copy and paste of this on 2K26 Netflix Mobile Edition, I'm going to be extremely disappointed. But the fact that I can't even rule that out as a possibility, I think is really an indictment on 2K in general. Wouldn't you guys say? But anyways, guys, have you been playing the game? Have you experienced any bugs, any issues with the game? How's your timing with kickouts and stuff like that? Are you having a good time with it? What would you add to this game to make it even better on the mobile platforms? As always, guys, thanks for watching. Do all the YouTube stuff for me, like and sub, and I will catch you all next time. Until then, be well and take care. Peace.